Okay, hello there everyone and welcome back to another PHP programming tutorial. So in the previous video we created this dynamic menu. However, we didn't create the control or the administrator part which allows us to add and remove entry from it. We created the table for it and the class responsible for the information. So we'll work on that now. So let's go here to our code and let me see. First, let's go to the administrator part to see where to add this. So I would say admin. Okay, so we have admin and we have 1, 2, 3 and enter. And what do we get? We have manage settings, manage articles and sections. So we are going to add a button here for managing the side menu, if that makes sense. So this is the home page. So let's go to the not not this one, but rather give me a second please. Yeah, admin, and here where is the home? This is the home. Okay, and we have settings over here. We will add something different. In this case, instead of settings, we will say side menu. There you go. So here this is gonna be manage side menu. We save this one. So what do we have in here? First, let's refresh. We got the button here. Maybe we could put the buttons one under the other, something like that, right? So it will be better to, yeah, because we already have enough space. Okay, not only that, maybe 2 BRs after each button, just to make it look a little bit better. Okay, that's fine. And also make the button a little bit big, so style width 10 centimeter, height 3 centimeters, something like that. Control C, save, and let's refresh. Wait, save it, refresh the button, and wait a minute, maybe not this, but rather I need to update the button itself. So go here, save. Now let's refresh. Okay, much better. So maybe instead of 3, maybe 2 centimeters. And you know, just making things a little bit easier. I know it's not important, but you know, doing small things will gradually result in a better looking website. Okay, you can see much better now. So this is manage side menu. Okay, refresh, manage side menu. I click here, and now we need to work on the side menu logic. So let's go to the admin part. This is the admin logic, and we need to go, what's the link? Side menu. So let me see. There's settings over here. This is settings, right? Yeah. So I'll copy this and modify things accordingly. Processing side menu. Side menu. Basically, we make sure that the administrator is logged in. We open a connection to the database. If that cannot be done, we redirect to the home page. Now, instead of these variables, get the side menu. Side menu, there you go. Let's remove this and let's do a few things. First, we need to load the side menu, right? Let me make sure that menu is included. Okay, and it is not included, so we need to add that. Control C, Control B. This is gonna be what? Menu. We save and we go down here. That's good. Get the side menu. So here, menu records equals menu get menu rows, and I pass db. There you go, and that's it. Okay, so this is it, and next what we need to do, I don't think we need to do anything else. We just need to render side menu. Okay, so we need to go to the pages admin and render side menu in there. So where is the settings part? In the view, the pages, there is the settings. I'm gonna copy this and paste it in here. Okay, so there you go. So let's rename this one. This is gonna be side menu, if that makes sense, right? Let me go just to make sure. Side menu PHP, yeah, great. So we have this one. Now everything almost be the same, but this one will be what? This is gonna be side menu. This is gonna be manage side menu. Now what we want to do is the following. We show the rows of the side menu and allow well, adding new items in there. So what do we have to do? We say we add the following. We say here this is gonna be order. Okay, if that makes sense. And this is gonna be, it will be the same. Well, you know what? Maybe we could do the following. We could open these entries and make it dynamic. Okay, so let me explain what I am trying to do so that you understand what should be done here. We could, you know, add the entries one at a time and change them, or we could create a big form that will contains all the rows. Okay, and well, making big dynamic entry one form, not very difficult. It will require a little bit of work, so maybe I will go with it. Okay, let's see how to do that. Okay, so first the action will be do update what? Do update menu. Okay, and multi-part form, yeah, that's it. We don't need multi-part form here. Certainly we are not uploading a file. Okay, and yeah, so we need two columns. Where is the part where we close the table? There you go. And what do we have to do next? Yeah, okay, so what do we need to do in here? Well, we need to have a loop, and this loop need to this loop need to go through all the entries and render the menu items and allow us to fill the values of it. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so let me add PHP code here. Okay, so we have for I equals 0, I smaller than, I think it was menu records. Yes, it's menu records. And sorry, This is going to be count of menu records. This is a variable, yeah, and I plus a plus. Very straightforward. So I close this PHP and open it in here because I want to render some HTML now, right? So the thing we are going to render in here, first we need to render the order, if that makes sense, and then we render the title, sorry, okay, and then we need to render the URL, okay. This is what we need to do basically. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, so let's work with this one. We will just say td, okay. So first we are rendering the order in here, right? So this is gonna be menu records of I, and we have menu records of I, then followed by what? If we have this one, menu records of I, arrow, was it menu order? Let me see. Let's look at the class. And it is, yeah, it is menu order. Okay, so this is the administrator. Oops, sorry. Where is it? Yeah, it's this one. Menu order. Okay. Now, we don't want to view this one. We want to view it inside a text box. Okay, so I will need to say input type, let's say first name equals, and this is the tricky part, okay. Value equals, this is the value as you can see, and this is gonna be type equal number. I can't remember if it is numeric or number, but this is the basic idea. Okay, now what about the name? Okay, I mean, we know the type, that's straightforward, and the value, we have seen that before. But the name, since we cannot make all the fields have the same name, there should be a way to distinguish the values being entered here. So one of the things that you could say is this: menu order underscore, and then we just put I. So when this one loops on all the records, it will go from zero to the number of records we have, and it will display the order, and also it will do what? It will just fill out the variable, the name of the input with menu order 0, menu order 1, 2, 3, and so on. Kind of straightforward way to do things. Okay, so let me stop this for now. Okay, I want to show you what's happening before going further. So let's save, and now let's refresh. Okay, so you can see here we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, and if we inspect the values, let's inspect this one, check out the HTML. This is menu order 0. If you check the second one, we have menu order 1, and if you check the next one, it's menu order 2, and so on. Very straightforward. Okay, So we just, render these. Okay. uh, in addition to that, I need to render these on rows. Okay, so yeah, we save this and they are going to appear one below the other. Okay, so this is the order, and I forgot to add what I forgot to add the header. Sorry. Okay, so this is gonna be td. This is gonna be order. Okay, and then I'll add two others. This is gonna be title. This is gonna be URL. So let's refresh. Okay, so we have the order, the title, the URL. Okay, so this is the first thing. The second thing, I want this menu or this control or table to display up to 10 records here. Okay, it's important that it should display 10 records or a little bit more maybe. Okay, so that I don't have to fill them again. So what that means, even though we are having 3 records in menu records here, we need to append more. So the trick here is very straightforward. If we go to the admin, okay, we got this one. We are going to do the following. We say while count of this one menu record is smaller than, let's say, 10. We could have up to 10 links. Okay, we are going to do the following. Append sorry, it is array push. Okay, so we are going to add an element for the array, and the array is going to be menu records, and we are going to add a new menu. Okay, and yeah, now one thing here I want to make sure. Yeah, that's fine. It's very straightforward. So let's have a look. Let's refresh this. Close and let's refresh. So we have now 10 records, and all these are having the value -1. Okay, so because we haven't created records for these, but it is going to fill up to 10 records, as you can see. Okay, now let's go to the next step and fill the title and URL. So let's go to the side menu and fill the title. This is gonna be menu title. This is gonna be text title, and if we refresh, we got the titles, and then we fill the URL, as you can see, and this is gonna be menu URL. Okay, and this is gonna be menu URL. So let's refresh. Okay, as you can see, now we can control, or we have a big form that allows us to fill, this user interface. Okay, very straightforward. Not much work is needed here. Now, one thing I have an issue with is this -1 value. So I am going to do the following. Let me try this and see if it works. So in the menu, the default value for the order will be nothing. Sorry. We save this one and let's see if this is gonna work. I'm not sure, but let's see. Okay, it is kind of working. Okay, so now I could increase or decrease. Sorry, as you can see here. Now let's refresh again. Okay, so we can now actually enter the order of the item. Next, what we need to do is when we press update, we should be able to get the values of these and fill them in actual records. So I will just say maybe 4. Okay, the fourth entry will be well, maybe Netflix, http netflix.com, whatever. And maybe number 5, Amazon. This is gonna be http amazon.com, whatever. Okay, so we have these, and all I have to do is press update. Okay, and now we need to work on do update menu. So let's go to do update menu. Okay, so where is this guy? Where is the okay, so I will copy do update settings and work on that. Okay, so processing do update menu. There you go. So if we have do update menu, first make sure you are logged in as administrator. That stays in here. We open connection to the database. That stays in here. Now we need to work on the information being submitted. Okay, so first I'm gonna say menu records equals empty array. Okay, and now I am going to check up to 10 records from the post values. Okay, so this is what am I going to do. So I'll say for I equals 0, I smaller than 10, and I plus plus. Now, before I do anything, I need to know the name of the variable I am looking for. So if you remember, when we went to the page, we created menu order underscore 0, menu order underscore 1, and so on, and this would go up to 9 because we have 10 records. So I'm going to say field name equal menu order underscore dot I. Okay, so I will say here, let me say order equals, there you go, name equals nothing, or title, and I will say URL equals nothing. Okay, so if is set post of field name. So if this value is being set, in that case, all I have to say order equals this value. Okay, very straightforward. Now I need to do the next thing. So we need to work on the title. Okay, so this is gonna be a menu title, and this is gonna be title. There you go. And then menu URL, and this is going to be URL. So we have these, and the next thing to do is to create a record if these three values are set. So if order doesn't equal nothing and title doesn't equal nothing and URL doesn't equal nothing. So if all three values are set, then we have to say m equal new menu. Okay, and then we will say m arrow menu order equals this is going to be order. Okay, this is going to be title, and this is going to be URL. Sorry, URL. There you go. So after we add this, we just have to say one last thing. We created this menu records array. We need to add this object to the array. So array push, and we have menu records followed by m. Okay, so we have these. Okay, now when we finish this loop, we will have what we basically have a list of all the menus that have been filled correctly, and now we can update the information in the database. Now I won't go to update it, but I'm going to do the following. I will delete the old menu records and insert the new menu records. Okay, it will have the same effect. Yeah, so let's go and let me remove these things. Okay, let me do this. Okay, so where is the menu? Menu. There you go. So we have an insert and we have an update. Obviously I won't need the update because of the way I am doing things, and I will make instead a big function like this one that will perform the work for me. So where is the insert? Yeah, I'm going to do the following. Public function replace menu records, and this is going to be db, and I will just write, yeah, this is going to be static function. Okay, because I don't need to create an object in this case, followed by menu records. There you go. So first of all, I will do the following. db arrow execute. This is going to be delete from menu, and that's it. I won't put any condition, and this will have the effect of removing every record from the menu. Okay, so we have empty things here. Okay, so next we will have to say for I equals 0 and I smaller than count of menu records, and we would say I plus a plus. Okay, so all I have to do X here, I'll just say this is gonna be what? This is gonna be, instead of this, it will be menu records. Menu records arrow wait a minute, menu records of I. Okay, Ctrl C, and yeah, very straightforward thing to have here, and this should do it. Okay, so I'll just say replace menu record. Let's go to the administrator. So all I have to say, menu replace menu records. All I have to say is db followed by what? Followed by menu records. There you go. And semicolon. Okay. So let's try it out and see if it works, and then we will see how it's working. Refresh, continue, resubmit the form. No thanks. Counter too few arguments on function execute one passed. Okay, so let me see what the code I did in here execute. Oh, I forgot to pass empty string and empty array. We save this and now we refresh again and we continue, and it worked. If I go to manage side menu, you already see that this one has been filled correctly without any problem, right? And actually I could just remove this one and remove this one, say update. If I go again, it's working. I could remove Google from here, not a full entry, and just say update, and now manage. You can see here 1 3, okay, whatever. So if I refresh now, you can see it has been updated. It's working perfectly fine. Now, how does this works? Okay, let us have a look. So I'll add a value here, and maybe make this 2. Okay, and this is gonna be AAA, and this is BBB. Okay, so let me put a breakpoint and show you what's happening when we are submitting this one. First, I put a breakpoint in here and then debug stuff here. Okay, let me first show you the generated HTML. So inspect. So this is the form, and if we open, come on, and the table, the body of the table, and this is the row. Sorry, this one. We started from here. We have input. This is menu order 0, as you can see. You remember we loop on all the rows and we set the name of the control to be menu order underscore followed by the I from PHP, which goes from 0 to 9. So this is 0. Same goes for the title, same goes for the URL. Okay, and you can see that they are all on the same row. Does that make sense? Now let's go to the next row. We will see something similar, but this time it is what? It is menu order 1. And this is going to be what? This is menu title 1. And the next step, it will be menu URL 1. And so on, so forth. This one is whatever the number is. Let me see. Okay. Menu order 6 and menu title 6 and menu URL 6. So I press update and let's go to PHP and see what's going to happen. Okay, so first I'm going to add to the post here. Let me remove these values. Let me add post. You can see there are 30 variables being submitted. We have 10 rows for menu items, and each row consists of order, title, URL. So 10 multiplied by 3 equal 30. And if we have a look at them, we have menu order 0, menu title 0, menu URL 0, menu order 1, menu title 1, menu URL 1, and so on and so forth. You can see the others are not filled until you go to number 6, as you can see. So these are the values. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense to you. So we do this check, no problem, and then open connection to database. Now we create an empty array in order to pass it later on to the database. So we will check the variables and get them row by row. So I will go through from 0 up to 9. 10 will not be included. Why? Because we have variables menu title, for example, starting _0, as you can see here, menu order 0, menu title 0. So the I is the number here from 0 up to what? Up to 9. This is why it's from 0 to 9. Okay, and we set 3 variables in order to check them, and I am doing it like this to make it easier to understand and read. Okay, you could right away just put this one inside this part, and the same, I mean this expression inside this part, okay, and repeat this expression here, but just making it a little bit easier to understand. So I'm getting the variable menu order, the I is 0, which means I want to get menu order 0, which is this one, which has the value of 1. So I'm checking this variable, and I will execute this, and when it gets executed we have the value 1. So we got the value 1. Now we will go to the next variable, which is menu title 0. So this is menu title underscore, and this should be 0. As you can see, we do the same check, we get the value, and we have home. Same, we get URL. Now, if this one is not empty, and this one's not empty, and this one's not empty, it means we filled the variables correctly. So we are going to generate a record and then add it to the array. Now I goes to number 1. So we finished this and this and this. Now we go to this one. So we are going to do the same thing again. So we read the value. Now you see the order is 3, which is for this one. Next we should get MKS soft. So we get this one. What is it? MKS soft. It's working. And so on. We check, we fill the record, we insert. We go to the next one, we read the values, we check, we fill the record, we push. Now this is interesting because we go to number 3, and the records of number 3 are empty. So although they are submitted, they are empty records. So it will get filled, but when we get to this step, this one fails, this one fails, this one fails. Basically any of them could fail, which will cause the record not to be created. And so we go to the next one, and so on. And which one is this? Yeah, so this one will be ignored. And now I think this one's the one we entered the value. Still okay. So this one's having a value, as you can see here. Okay, so the record get created, and so on until we finished this one. Okay, we want to finish this one. Okay, now we call the database. We go to the function. First we delete the old records, and then we loop on these. Now there is one bigger problem here, is that if there is a problem after deleting the records, the menu will be removed and the new records will not be inserted. So this needs to be executed in a transaction. I will add transactions later on, not now. Okay, so we insert the first record, second and third record and fourth record, and that's it. Return true, and that's it. Okay, yeah. So if we go back to the site now, let me go back in here and refresh. You can see this is AAA. Okay, and this is MKSoft, this is Netflix, and so on. So it's very straightforward. Actually, we could even remove all the menus from here by just deleting the records, which would result in the update not showing any record at all. Okay, so let's have a look. We refresh and nothing is there. The menu is not being rendered. Okay, So we have a dynamic menu now. Okay, so this is going to be one, this is going to be home, CMS. Okay, and I will say update, and I will refresh. I click this one, and we are already at home. Okay, so this is how you could create a dynamic menu and fill it, in our example, up to 10 records. Another way of doing that is basically just create a form just to add or edit a single row, right? And this will make things a little bit more complicated. I think this is easier for the end user to do. Okay, so let's go and check the progress. Where's that? Where is the progress? Not pages, not lib, the plan here. So to do, we finished creating dynamic menu. I think tomorrow we should work a little bit on adding transaction support to our database class, right? So here we are going to say 0126 added ability to update and render dynamic menu, dynamic side menu. Okay, and we save this one, copy, go to here, and we paste this, right? And we commit the changes, and that's it. So thank you for watching, and I hope you find this useful. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.